In the name of God, and blessings and peace be upon the messenger of God. Hello, friends. Today we are back in a new lecture in the Photoshop literary course. We are going to give a very basic topic in Photoshop, which is the topic of coloring. We are going to give several basic points, which is how do I color a certain part? How do I color, for example, change the color of a certain t-shirt or jacket? Or how do I change the color of eyes? Or how do I act like an additional layer? How do I deal with filters? How are you going? We give a lot of details. Yes, let's get started in the name of God. In the beginning, we are going to do the first thing is to call for a picture and apply it to it. Thanks to me, I will get a personal picture of the person who chose this picture. Okay, this is the picture that I have here. The first thing I want to edit is on one side, I will make it black, and one side, I will make it white. I have a tool here. This is the tool that it is, which is abbreviated. This is etiquette. I have two branches. The first branch is the one that is like a lens. What happens when we press on it? I will come to the face here and pull like this. And we will notice here that what will happen will give me whitening of the face here or on the side that I am choosing. If we come to the second option here, we will press on it, give me here what blackness. On the other hand, of course, this benefits you. Yes, in your case, it is equivalent to a cinematic image, such as entering the white side and the black side. You can deal with it with warmth. In addition, here I will show you the characteristics of the tool here, such as I want a brother, let the one I have be small like, for example, sharpness, or make it sharper longer, for example. What happened to showing the sharpness, how, and so on. You can edit it according to your needs. You are from the picture whether it leaves one side white or one side black, or only one side, such as if I want to edit one side, leave this entire side white, or vice versa according to my needs. I mean, the idea here is that you can leave one side of the face can be shaded in white or black, similar to the style of Abdul Ali. I manage both a small and a large website. And so on. This is the first point, which is how do you make a certain part white and a part black? Okay, we're getting straight to the point. I missed the topic of coloring directly. Okay, if I am the first thing in this picture, I want to edit it. I wear the first thing I have, and the letter L. Okay, this interface appears to me, which is this interface in me. This is related to the color configuration you've chosen. You've marked 2.3. This highlights what's to be left at the summit or the beginning of the ascent. This is what I have here. Okay, this is the white dot in the picture. Put it okay. Okay, this is so you can start editing the picture. Let's continue forward. The second point, which is I have this list, the coloring list. This is the coloring list. I have several specific points that I will work on. The first thing I have is the one here, which is the point of illumination and saturation. That is, in terms of light, I have in the picture, for instance, it was very poor for me, for example, to set it at a higher ratio, or it was very high by reducing its brightness and playing with it according to my needs. Let's come to the second point, which is saturation, or excuse me, not saturation, which is the sharpness of the image. It is the image. I have this, say, sharpness or shadows on it. With shadows or implications. The shadow here comes to the highlight. The highlight, which is the point of white color, saturates the white color, meaning any white color is increased. Enhanced white lighting. Everything is white. Hey, the cloud came out over anything that is white. It increased for me, and its saturation became stronger. It came out how? Do I have the sky? How did it go? How was she? Negi for misalignment, etc. White melamine, black color in the picture. How affected with the adjustment? According to your needs, how do you want to edit the image? We come to the second point, which is the frequency that you want to adjust. You have the colors here. You want to move the arrow according to your needs. I mean, you have the blue color. Excuse me, can we shift from green, maybe change it to give an educational image, either cold or warm tones, or a warm image, for example, type A, depending on your needs and what the need of the image wants to come to the second point. The same thing happens. You control the colors according to your needs. This point is what I have, which is the color saturation inside the image. I'm full of color inside the pictures. Yes, the second point is that adjustments can make it more pronounced. So how did it turn out? I have it like this now, okay? I wish to increase it. It has higher intensity. I want to restore it to its original state. I judged it according to my needs in the picture, etc. From the second points exactly, so I modified it. The sharpness of the limbs made them appear all white. I want to make them black with a certain degree of sharpness. For me, it will be black. May God change this. This is how it became for me? Of course not. Adjust it to what is like choking. Edit the picture and it becomes somewhat blurred, or return it to the same thing. This point works to modify the colors. I mean, I want to edit only the red color inside the picture, or make the entire picture a red color, or make it a red color. The name is green, depending on her needs and how she can play with it while she was there, but it is the sizes that you consider. Oh, you are going to manipulate it. It comes from the third point afterward. This is the red color. I see that it is the red color here. How do I automatically change yellow? How do you change this red color for me? See how? And what about after that? Etc. The second details are the same tools. Kind of similar to the barrel of destruction, the enlightenment list, almost similar to the God High in literature. Oh, they have the same thing in terms of modifying filters. You will have a scene that is kind of cinematic. You can edit it at your convenience. Of course, how was it? Hey, in a channel, and how difficult is it? And what was she like? How did it happen when you were adjusting the colors on it? In general, I saved it, which means the settings are left with me. The picture is the same as me. I want to go back every time so we can go back to the image as it was. This kind of explained in general and quickly in general and quickly for the settings on the basic image. Okay? Now we have edited the picture as a whole. Now we want to edit parts of the picture. How? You mean parts of the picture? I mean, I'm an example of that. I have this jacket. This jacket is green. I don't like the color green. I want to change the colors again. How? I want to change it, okay? The first thing I do is how I want to change, or the jacket I have pressed on. This list that I have appears 2 days later. In addition to the first time I pressed it, it appears. This list is long. I have Han, any dropper, this dropper. Is the train automatically depressed? Okay, Baji Bakhtar. I am the color I want to change. Okay. I now have a green color here. Additionally, I say that you have the master, which is all the colors that you want to adjust. I mean, the adjustment will be on all the colors. I say, no, I only want to adjust the color that you are working on, which is the smallest color, okay? On the green, we come here and play with it. We are in the color that is ours, so the green color that I had has become red or burgundy, or as far as I can make it yellow, or it becomes turquoise, or it becomes dark blue, or let it save me purple, excuse me, dark pink, and so on. For L, to saturate the color, like I want to lighten the color, meaning I have a blue hand. About blue, but I lightened it. How was it before it came out? How was blue? Now we have made it. It was so saturated, but how did I reduce the saturation of the blue color? Same for the second colors. This brigade, for example, I want to increase it. It has become high for me in terms of the color blue between, I have some points in. Its effect on her is the same as here. This is because I was very attached to the color that I have here. But you are automatically like this and have no effect on anyone else. We are the color of the jacket without affecting any other part inside the picture I have. We give how the picture was before or how the picture is after. Of course, my friends, when we were working, we called the picture or exactly the same picture and we put it on top of the picture. Negihon. How was she like this before, you ask? Or like this after, like this before, like this? After heck? Before and after, this is how I have the picture changing its color, which is the sound of the jacket, without any factors or elements inside the pictures being affected. This is how it was before. And this is how it happened after this was before. And this is how it happened after we changed the jacket without any second supporter being affected inside the pictures. Okay? Now we are equal with regard to the jacket. Now for me, it's like I want to equal a second part inside the picture. I mean, an example of that, I want to equalize the eyes. I don't like black eyes. Like I want to equalize the eyes and leave them like I have blue color. The eye color was made blue in several ways. This is one of the methods to achieve this. Squeeze it. Let's identify the eye. Eye blacksmith Hornigi on the second eye, and we identify it perfectly. We define it in addition to any random things I have. Han, I'm going to this performance, press on it, and press on. Excuse me, can you tell me why we are like this? Okay, there. Remove this performance and press it and start. Hey, I see challenge her. What will happen to me? What is going to happen? I greeted you. Okay, now this is for this point. Let's come up with the colors that I want to put on the eye. For example, yellow, green. Give me the eyes that I want. Okay, when we identify the two aunts, now we want to open the eyes that I have. But before we open the eyes, what do I want to do? I want to make a bigger mark on the eye so I can see any detail that I can delete or edit. Okay, Nijihan? Quite quickly we can remove any appendages I have, okay? Heck, we crippled her. As for the second eye, we also use this same tool to determine which part we want. Okay, after we settle it like this, we'll come back. We go back. We return after what we have determined. We focus on which of these colors I want to choose. For example, I want to choose a blue color, I want to choose a pink color, and so on. Thanks to the blue color, for example, for the eyes, I address it. Okay, now I have this layer that is blue. Okay, but before I leave the place, the eyes I put on, I leave them blue, opening a new ear. I see that my eyes are blue. In addition, I want to adjust it, make it compatible with the eyes. We put it on the normal list and I will see it. Here I am looking for any suitable filter. Oh, for the eyes, for example, let's choose soft light, for example. Soft light about what is appropriate. You used to say that I am Jihan, for example, removing the selection I have. But this has changed. I have the eye color that is here. And in addition, you are playing with the one you have. It's over. Or lower it on the side of saturation. Following this method, I will achieve the desired game colors, such as blue or a lighter shade, enabling more registrations. Additionally, we aim to adjust the picture size accordingly. The description is incomplete. The eyes exhibit some blue coloration, among other aspects. We changed 2 points without any modification to any other element inside the image. We changed the color of the jacket, and we changed the color of the eyes without any other element inside the image being affected. We come to the next point. The next point, I want to make an additional layer. Ah, the additional layer, without adjusting anything. I mean, the additional layer is a layer above the layer I have in which colors and settings, okay, these colors and settings are applied to the laser I have in the image, okay, without what I mean, even though I can correct it. How can I come directly to the explanation? We opened it. The first thing I have is a new lira. Then we went on this list. Then I put it and we came out. Here is the list that I want. We choose what we declare blue today. We choose a color like this light green. We drop, okay, now I have this class that I want to talk about. These are the pictures. Hi class, we've managed to mitigate my operation slightly. We've slightly reduced it. I had this look before, and yet, this is for the picture. You want to change it. Do you want the picture to be like the one you have here, or do you want to change its color? Press on it to make it blue. How did it look on the screen? The most critical step is to modify it to blue, for instance, over red, or make it slightly cooler, similar to blue. Or make it close to yellow and orange, according to me and what my procedures are. Or what would I like to do on the picture? Like A, I now have a desert filter here, like A above the image I have, which is through the E layer, which is the color layer I have, completely with the ability to cancel it whenever I want and put it whenever I want, meaning the image does not apply completely to on the picture, which means you cannot remove the edit in this repeated picture. You can remove the edit, okay? Let's get to the next point. On the one hand, I put the complete picture. I want half a resolution. I mean, just leave whatever color of the text below. Now we put a new lira, and in addition, we go on the same option. We choose the second choice, and then we go to the colors that you want to put this in. You want it to be a blue color, like what comes here. These are the colors of printing. These colors will be seconds. We are like this in the full picture. Okay, let's come here. For example, let's choose the color we want to put. For example, we choose the color blue and red. For example, the color red. All right, this is the critical point, allowing me to manage it. Sahi like this. Decline, okay? At present, I have identified where the movie originated from the text and below. In addition, it can change its color by capstan. You go to Ah, the same color, you go and press two buttons on the same color that you want to change. For example, you make it a blue color before a line has become blue. These second points can also be changed in color, such as blue, and as you want, it is equal to a green color, such as the one above, such as A. You want it, this is the point. Like I want it to be yellow. And so on, or closer to each other so that the distance is less. However, this is how I managed to get ahead. Put OK. 8 times I had the interface here in different colors, and we put an additional layer on the image like a kind of filter, but you can control adding and removing it from the filter, okay? Heck, for us, we talked about several basic things, the first of which is how to edit the picture in general, such as colors, KA, etc. as a picture in general. In addition, we talked about how you can change the color of the jacket. Violin, how do you change the color of the eyes somewhat? And we talked about how you add extra, whether it is a segment or SK. It signifies a portion of the image where the filter is applied. Okay, the last point that we're going to talk about, which is filters. Filters. Now, filters are made of the same from the same. The initial step is to eliminate unnecessary elements first. Anger. We also didn't need deleting. Delete this basic picture. It doesn't go down much. Okay, let's come to the second point, which is the 3. These filters, I have this picture that we have explained now, which is a layer that can be modified by this layer. I mean, an example of that, the last example I have is that we put here, such as A, we put the same as I have. This dish, this class is only adjusted to the highlight I have here, okay? Modify it for me. As settings as mustache, etc., like these are just 2 points, okay? These are 2 points as far as I can adjust them, which is lighting. The point that follows is as much as I can adjust it, as much as I cancel it whenever I want. A layer has been added. I can remove it whenever I want, okay? And it will not affect the basic image. That's it. What do we want? Heck, when the impact came to us, I don't have the liras. We paralyzed it like this. Excuse me, while I have 3 filters, the filters are ready from the same application. The filters are directly on the picture. Everything on the image will be affected and you will not be able to cancel it for the filter. I mean, for example, we will come to the image that we want to edit. For example, we will come to enlarge it here on this video. This filter. What do I do? I mean, he worked on all the parts of the picture, okay? Apply it to the same picture, okay? Come to the base and come or change it or add it. She was before Unified Service. And so after people, this filter, we choose a second filter. It became a saturation part, which means that we added more than one filter together. So I found this one between the 2. Are these from the filters? Their conclusion to me is on the picture. I'd like to alter it. The ones related to this aspect are mine. All right. Similar to this point, I wish to alter its color. Specifically, I have a highly saturated red hue and aim to lighten it by reducing its intensity here, resulting in desired changes. Therefore, regarding filters, there are countless options. For instance, cinematic filters akin to what is seen in cinematic systems. So, what is considered the best cinematic system? Okay, come here. We will also add a unit. We will also take a cinematic scene like A or a cinematic picture like A, come here. This filter is applied using multiple methods, including lighting layers and dimming them, along with a secondary Walt filter layer. The first class, if it weren't for its singing, would be lighter. How much evil do I have? As much as I lighten or reduce the light, and the light becomes somewhat distributed, we come to the second point, which is the blue color layer. And as much as I also manipulate it, I make it high or reduce its opacity, which is the filters. The third point, which is mixed with the first point, can be adjusted on them at your convenience. We come to the point after which the same. Nijihun, for example, this was a complete blue color. This means that the point is Nijihun. We cancel the first filter. This is the second filter, consisting of 3 liras from the first. To see the second and the third film that I saw, we talked about this to him. I said we don't want this to be canceled or modified while the film is being reduced. And this, for example, is the same as what came to you. Thus, depending on your needs for the image, this is such as a desert color or white, black, and so on. For black and white, of course, these are some of the filters that I have in filters. You can get some from outside the program and add them to the program directly. This sort of image is not ideal, but you have the flexibility to adjust it according to your preferences. Today we covered the color lecture comprehensively. Let's dive into working on it fully. The thing about the two of them is that we returned to the basic image that was there for us. We talked and explained several basic things in hypnosis, which is how I adjust the image in general, or how I adjust or change the color of a specific part within the image without the image being affected. I told you, how can I change the eye candy, either type or how much lower layer? A filter layer or color layer can alter the image's hue for me. As long as I can remove it at will, we also discussed the methods of how to edit it further. On the filters I have inside the application, either I reduce its obesity or I delete it, or so on. This is the end of our lecture for today, and we will meet you, God willing, in a new lecture in the Photoshop literary course. And may God's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you.